Cześć, witam wszystkich na moim kanale, z tej strony Blacha tu, a to jest trzeci odcinek z serii Hogwarts Legacy i już kontynuujemy spacer za profesor Weasley. Trochę inne oświetlenie, bo nie nagrywam w nocy, więc jest troszkę lepiej. I zobaczymy, co dzisiaj nas tutaj spotka ciekawego. Możemy biec? Nie, nie możemy biec. Musimy iść.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use blue flames
Dolne
to get around a
wielkie
bit
schody.
quicker. Your
Okay.
field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Mapkę zamku. Aha, okej. Hogwarts jest podzielony na dwa główne obszary. Po lewej stronie mapy znajdują się kwatery mieszkalne uczniów i nauczycieli, a także pokoje wspólne domów i wielka sala. Nie ogarniam tej mapy na razie. Twoje położenie. Wielkie schody. Wybierz... Aha, przybliż. Mogę przybliżyć? O. A mogę bardziej przybliżyć? Wielkie schody. Lokalizacja płomieni fium. Okej. W tym widoku możesz zobaczyć płomienie fium. Okej. Po prawej stronie mapy są błonia, gdzie możesz znaleźć pracownie i inne ważne miejsca szkoły, takie jak wieża astronomiczna, biblioteka czy szklarnie. Dobra, ale tutaj mamy aneks biblioteki. A, tu też promienie fium mi pokazuje. Dobra, co mam teraz zbierać te płomienie fium? Okej. Aha, czyli te płomienie fium to jest ten fast travel? Tak mam to rozumieć? Chyba tak. Bo nagle mnie zaczęło gdzieś przenosić, więc... Czy to mnie nie przenosi? Nie wiem w sumie, co się dzieje, a mówię o przenoszeniu tylko. Na logikę, no to chyba mnie przenosi, skoro z mapy coś wybieraliśmy, nie? No. Także tak. A oczywiście pamiętajcie o subskrypcji tego kanału i obserwowaniu DB Foty na Instagramie i Ibiza 6L by Blacha na Facebooku.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly
Ale
from Central
podążamy.
Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Okej. Co mam?
That should be all for now.
Dobra.
You'll be expected to
Co mam
attend
ci
both
zrobić?
Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Ciekawe, skoro to jest Slytherin, czy my będziemy trochę jak Draco Malfoy w filmie, nie?
What
On
will
był
I
tym
learn in
złolem
charms
takim.
class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor
też na
Fig, to
zajęcia
explain
teraz?
the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Chwileczkę, znowu się psuje tutaj.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide.
Jeszcze
It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Okej. Aha, mamy porozmawiać z Figiem. No to porozmawiajmy.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies.
No to się
Did I
udało.
hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okej. Główne... Aha, to są główne misje, dobra. Zajęcia z obrony przed czarną magią. Mapa przewodnika wskazuje, że lekcje profesor Heka odbywają się w dolnej części skrzydła astronomicznego. Łatwo będzie się skupić w tym zamku. Zaczarowany kompas z przewodnika pomoże ci znaleźć drogę. Idź na lekcję obrony przed czarną magią. Okej. Co to jest? Zablokowany ze względu na poziom. Aha, a tu są... Dobra.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now,
Okay, nice.
sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Okej. Nie wiem, czy wcześniej był ktoś... Moment. Otworzy się samo. Nie wiem, czy wcześniej był ktoś z oryginalnego filmu Harry Potter, ale w końcu jest ktoś. W sensie, czy był i nie zwróciłem uwagi, ale teraz zwróciłem uwagę i jest pan Ollivander. Co to było? Gry tak, to też coś miało związane z filmem chyba.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Okej. Mamy to. Obrót i traf.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
W filmie to było Leviosa przecież, nie? Wingardium Leviosa. No, psiu, psiu. Już. Dobra, podnosimy
Let us
chłopa.
begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast?
Przełącz.
This time, cast Levioso
Przełam.
first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise.
A tu są, mogę...
Opponent is a weak opponent. Good. Now, the basic
Okay.
cast.
To mogę przesuwać teraz. A, zaklęcie podstawowe. Przytrzymajmy.
Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done.
Aha, dobra. Czaję. Leży i nie wstaje.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso,
Oh.
basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Aha, Levioso i Protego.
This should be easy.
Protego.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner. Leviosa.
I do enjoy duel. If only all my students were this adept.
Aha, dobra, to wszystko. Trzeba było go wywalić za tą
Not bad for a beginner.
arenę.
You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat.
yeah.
Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Okej.
Right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Idziemy do Sebastiana.
Nice work.
Sebix, co masz mi do powiedzenia?
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Organizacji pojedynkowej. Brzmi intrygująco.
Exclusive and
Chociaż
unsanctioned.
Slytherin to
Count me in.
bardziej podejrzanie.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts,
Ale wybrałem
you're going to
intrygująco.
need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next
Okej,
time.
teraz mam typa poszukać. Pierwsza lekcja, misja ukończona. Okej, dobra. Idź na lekcję z zaklęć. No to i idziemy. Gdzie? Tutaj. Daleko to trzeba iść? Tu. Irytek się tam chyba dobrze bawi. A, tutaj. Panie kolego, Edward. Ej, to tam gdzieś było. Nie, trzeba przejść do góry jeszcze. O cię, panie. Jejku, ktoś tam zże ryja, ja pierniczę. Czy na pewno tam wszystko jest w porządku? Tak się tu nie przejmują, to chyba tak.
We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
rozpocznij misję.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here. Thank you.
Nadcej
Hello,
onaj.
I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire
Dziwny
need
koleś.
of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okej. Akcja. Aha, no tak, przyciąganie. Siu!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here.
Ja będę lepszy.
Very good, everyone. That's enough of that.
Slytherin musi być lepszy.
Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little
Dziwne, że
excursion
dziewczyna z
outside
innego
for a
tego,
spot of fresh air.
innego domu chce się z nami tak
After
zakumplować.
me.
Wskazówka. Szukaj płomieni Fiu, by odblokować miejsca szybkiej podróży i skrócić czas dotarcia do nowych aktywności oraz miejsc. Okej.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with
Czyli lekcja się nie
mastery, as
skończyła
I'm
jeszcze.
sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
Zresztą powiedziałby coś, nie?
What better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Aha.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Co za gość.
Very simply,
So?
cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your... Splendid! Don't... Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out... Very good! Happens to the best of us.
Okej.
That's it! Not to worry. Very good! Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues,
A,
just as
dobra,
before,
bo to
and Miss Onai, you are
ja nie
playing-
szczaiłem.
Clear?
Jeszcze trochę obniżymy kamerę. Obniżymy jeszcze. Obczaimy. Dobra, teraz ja. Tura Edward, okej. Aj,
Splendid!
Watch this.
30. A, ona moją popchała na 50? Tak, no zmieniło się na 50. Nie, 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 nie. Aj!
Don't lose your composure.
Here we go.
O kurde. I co?
There we go. Do not be discouraged.
Można powtórzyć? Kord przywoływaczy. Jak dobrze przeczytałem.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
A, jeszcze raz.
I think we are well past interesting at this point. I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
Okej.
This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Phew.
Siuch. 30. Aha, moja na 30 została, a jej na 50. Nie, dobra. Myślałem. To teraz swoją wepcha. Nie.
That is how it's done.
Czekajcie, czekajcie. Teraz, dobrze. To przypierdzielę tą swoją. I mam dwie na 50.
Here we go.
Nie. Tak! Haha, nice. Dobra, przejdźmy sobie tu. O. Kurczę. Dobra, jak ten bliżej mnie będzie jechał w tamtą stronę.
I think I will start going easy on you now.
Kurczę, i chyba...
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Jest. 150. Ha! Bęk, kurde. Pięknie to zrobiłem.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Very good, both of you. Ale teraz jest 1-1, halo. Dawaj jeszcze raz. Chciałbym jeszcze raz zagrać z panią na Say Onai. Teraz mamy remis. I mi się to nie podoba.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
I nie było widać, żeby jakoś nas nie doceniła. Bardziej bym powiedział, cieszę się, że rozumiesz.
It's a lot to take in all at once. To put it lightly. I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
O kurde.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here? Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Aha, tam bez różdżki.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however,
Nice.
that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Dramatyczne? Są dramatyczne.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I
Oh.
remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes,
O, serio?
bigger than Hogwarts.
Bym się
But it
spodziewał,
never
że
seemed
Hogwarts
intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
będzie największy. On już jest wielki.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
A, dobra, no to ciśniemy do
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
profesora Ronena.
Well,
Przepraszam,
you'd be
ziomeczki.
using it on clothing,
Przypadkiem
to be
na
precise,
was wpadłem.
You know it won't work on humans.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now,
Zakochała się.
Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okej. To fajnie. Dobra. A gdzie mamy wyjście? Tutaj.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Tak, to ja. Samantha Dale. Dobra. Porozmawiamy sobie z nią następnym razem. A ja dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Zostawcie subskrypcję. Instagram dbfoty Ibiza 6L by Blacha, żeby widzieć wszystkie informacje o nowych filmach. I dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Do zobaczenia. Prawdopodobnie do jutra. Ale nie obiecuję. Nigdy nie obiecuję. Trzymajcie się. Cześć!